So we need to have a physical box, but also an exploded axo of the box. I've gone ahead and made a copy so that I can keep one here. I'm going to zoom in, and somewhere along the line in this project, something went sideways with my gumball. So I'm going to show you how to fix that. So if I click, I've already done it for here. This had been offset for some reason. If I click here, and is that fixed now? Let me double check. Go to my top view. Okay, that got fixed. If it's ever off axis from what you expect, that one's fine, that one's fine. If for some reason it is off axis though, I'll show you what you need to do. Like set this one wrong and on purpose. So I'll set it wonky. So now when I click on here, you can see my red is not lined up with my red. My green is not lined up with my green. I can just double click on this, and now I can make it snap to perpendicular, and now it's fixed. Alright, so I'm gonna set my view. I'm going to double click, and now I'm going to find what I want. Alright, so now while I'm zoomed out, I'm going to do this southwest corner. Suppose if I really wanted to, I could do this so I don't accidentally have anything in the background. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to set my view. I'm going to come to my isometric. I'll go with southeast. And now I'll just frame it the way I want it. I'm going to go ahead and come into the set view, and if you come over here with the car and left click, you can give it a name. I'm going to call it Exploded, and as soon as you hit space, it's going to stop. Alright, so before I start doing the exploded part, I'm going to show you another option. So right now, if I come in and I show this is rendered, everything is this bright white. And sometimes you might want to show it a little more accurately or a little differently. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to pick anything that is what I know is going to be wood. My lid, my base, this wall over here, this wall over here. Now there's some inside parts that are going to be wood as well, but I can't really see them well from this view, so I'll do those when we do the exploded. So if I come into the properties and I come to my material and I click on default material, now I can change this from plaster to some sort of physically based object. I could also do a picture. There's lots of options. I don't have a picture of plywood, so I'm just going to go with physically based, and I'm going to set them all using the color picker. I'm going to scroll down until I see something in the tan family that's close to what you would see on plywood. Alright, so now I'm going to start my exploded process. This is only 2.5 inches tall, so that'll inform my decision a little bit. So I'm going to try and see, let's see if 6 inches is too far. Maybe. But now I have some of the other material. My curve here I don't really need. This poly surface is my acrylic. And so I want to give that a different color. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to say default material. Again, I'm going to come down to physically based. And I've got a few acrylics to choose from. I'm going to see what my blue one would look like. Unfortunately, it kind of hides this, but that is what it is. So this and the wooden frame around it are very closely associated, but I'm going to choose to show that. Oh, first let me click OK. I'm going to choose to show that as slightly offset with each other, even though they're nested. So I'm going to give this, if that was 6, I'm going to go 4.5 and see how that looks. Yeah, that's a little hidden. Come down, -0.5. There we go. And now here, what is this? Is this a surface? This appears to be just a surface, not an actual depth. So that's my poly surface. Again, I'm going to give it that same brown that I was using for the other ones, because it's the same wood. And now if I did that one for, I'm going to click OK. If I did that one for, I'm going to see what 3.5 is like. Alright, that's not horrible. I'm going to delete this picture because I don't really need it anymore. And I'll do 2.5. And that is just a surface, so I'm going to delete that. That's just a curve, don't need it. Alright, and I think that 2.5 was a little aggressive. I'm just going to go with 2 this time. There we go. And the nice part about this is you got the shadows, so that even if you've got the same material, it distinguishes it a little. I'm going to get rid of these curves. They're not something we care about in our render in any way, shape, or form. And now I got to decide about these walls. Generally speaking, I want to have them consistent, so I'm going to try 1.5. And this, I want to go backwards, so it'd be -1.5. And maybe it's not. Let me see what ghosted would look like. Yeah, if I wanted to do ghosted, I'd definitely go back and assign different colors instead of having this. I think I'll stick with rendered for now. So path lines really help. If you don't want to do the whole Illustrator or Photoshop thing, go ahead and make yourself a new layer here. Call it path lines or something you'll remember. And it's just really important that you switch from continuous to hidden, and then make it your active layer. So I'm gonna, and if you don't want it to keep trying to continue, if you use this drop down here, there is a single option. So I'm just gonna do a single line that comes from here to the edge. Now if I want to repeat that, I just hit enter. Again, snap here to the edge. Maybe do the same back here, hit enter, it'll snap to this end. It'll come this way. I don't need a million of them, but I do need enough to show the connections. So definitely want to show how this comes down here. So I'll just do perpendicular, hit enter, show how this comes straight down. And I don't want to, this is slightly funky, so you want to make sure you don't end up snapping to the wrong thing. And I'll probably duplicate that over here. And you keep going to have enough to be informational, but not so much that it feels crowded. So probably do another one for the lid, maybe the back here. And this would be an exploded axo that's part of the assignment.